Well, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
The question
Ask
is,
away.
has society played a role in women having a hoe phase, i.e. as in music videos, influencers? I believe so. What do you think?
I think society's played a role in many things. They definitely have played a role in conditioning women to be sexually promiscuous, to be open.
Yeah. Open.
Wide.
In that way.
Tower Bridge thing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. And we have a dope topic for you today. Let's get the conversation started. The whole phase versus the epiphany stage. Now, the listeners and the viewers might think, what does he mean by that? Now, I'll give you a bit of context. Imagine, for example, women, and they go through their whole phase, garden tool phase, right? Where they're doing their things with random dudes, multiple dudes. We're going to talk about all of that. And after a period of time, it's like they go through the epiphany stage. Where's the angel? Where they want to cash out, they want to find a family. Maybe I'd say later on in life when they're about 28, 30, where they say, I want to start a family.
Don't you think that's a bit early? I would push it back.
No, but that's
further.
what the epiphany stage starts.
Okay.
No one's saying when they hit 28, oh, I just want to just have a family. That's when it starts. You start to like, oh, my friends.
Yeah.
They're starting to have families. Those linkages, oh, she likes him. They're kind of doing their thing. So that's what I'm talking about. So we're just hitting an average on where the epiphany stage starts. And I'm going to say around 28 to 30. I'm going to say more 30, but let's just say they start to become a little bit aware at 30. So that's pretty much the conversation for today. Going through the motions, the steps from the whole phase to the epiphany stage. We have two clips. The first clip is going to be about the whole phase, garden tool phase. The second clip is going to be about the epiphany stage, the one that women typically go through. So I'm sure you've looked at the thumbnail. You read the title. You know what it is. It is what it is. So I don't know if you want to add anything before we segue into that clip, but yeah, let me know your thoughts.
Whole phase, epiphany stage, epiphany phase. It happens to a lot of women, if not the majority of women.
When you say it happens to a lot of women, you have to like to say it's not out of their control.
Or it's not out of their control.
Yeah, it's a choice, right?
Of course it's a choice, yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
So you're saying, oh, someone got sick, it happened to me. It's not my fault. But the whole phase is, it's my choice.
Yeah. And now, on both sides.
Yeah, so
and the
I'm not
phase as well.
Exactly. I'm not knocking anybody for having a whole phase. It is what it is. Do your thing. I ain't knocking you. I'm just saying there's a trade-off.
Yep, definitely.
So that's all I'm saying with it.
Some are lucky. Some still get what they want, but it's not often.
Yeah, that's the anomaly. You know, you're always going to have someone say, oh, my friend was doing X, Y, Z. She was doing blah, blah, blah. And then she managed to find a boyfriend or a husband. But who's to say their situation is great? Who's to say that
that's true.
She's happy? You know, so, and even if she is, congratulations to her. But how that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. So, yeah. Anything that you want to add?
No, straight into it.
All right, cool. So we're going to play you the first clip, which is going to be typically about the whole phase. And then we're going to come back. We're going to have a conversation about that. And then we'll segue into the second clip. So without further delay, here's that first clip.
So what's something you've never told your parents?
One time I was at a family reunion and I hooked up with my cousin.
What the fuck? So what's something you've never told your parents?
Let me think. 1 second. I had
Like in the week or the month?
The week.
Holy shit. What the fuck, bro?
All right, that's the
That's the clip.
that's the first clip, and we're just playing that clip to give you some context as far as what the modern women of today, that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that first clip? What's your thoughts?
In regards to the first girl who was talking about sleeping with her cousin, I don't know about that. That's not of the norm. That's her and a selection of other people that may do that sort of thing. In regards to the girl with 4 pregnancy scares, that's probably more the norm. A lot of women probably wouldn't admit that they've actually had a similar situation, but that's more of the norm.
But look at what you said. You said having, okay, think about that. Let's talk about that particular clip. She had 4 pregnancies in 1 week.
I know.
Let's say, for example, if there's 4 weeks in a month and then the longer months is 5 weeks. So you've had 4, not even 1 a week. 4 in 1 week, and that's just probably, hey, what she counted. So that's Monday to Thursday. We even got to Friday the weekend yet.
It's exactly.
So
And in order to have a pregnancy scare,
yeah,
you most likely wasn't using protection.
most likely. Well,
That's-
there's a pregnancy scare.
Of course. No, obviously there's a grey area in regards to you could be, wearing a condom and then it splits or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's why I said most likely.
Okay. I hear you and I agree. But what I'm saying is this: whether you use a condom or not, you had 4 pregnancy scares in 1 week, which means it's 4 random guys that you don't want to have a baby with. Since the birth control pill came into effect with feminism, women just viewed sex as just any old thing. So then you see how it's trickled down to the younger generation where, oh, if I get pregnant, oh, I'll just have and I can't say the word, a AB, right? And the way how they just view sex is it's like, whatever, I don't give a F.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And kudos to her. If she wants to have those random dudes or whatever, that's cool. Do your thing. I'm not knocking you. But they do that kind of stuff and say, oh, I'm a freak. No, that's just foul. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it
4 pregnancies
all
in
the
a
way
week.
real. She pretty much belongs to the street.
The streets or the highway.
Who knows? But it's somewhere out there. She's scandalous. Real scandalous.
And the other one, let's talk about the other one. And this is, we're just talking about the clip. We're gonna have the conversation about the whole phase being the norm. So the other one, sleeping with her own family member. Now, again, my first point was the way how they have no regards for just smashing. It's just whatever. Like you don't care about your body. They don't care about what they put in their body or anything.
No.
Food, anything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand the whole phase. It's fun. It's pleasurable. It's mysterious. I get it. It's exciting.
Adventurous.
For men and women. But I can do that. You can't do it. And you're going to hear many women say, well, if a man can do it, a woman too.
Yeah.
She can do it as well. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. Equality, right? But then you're not going to get the outcome that you want.
Exactly. So no one's saying that you can't do it or you're not able to as a woman. You most definitely can. It doesn't mean you should be doing it. And there are consequences after you do it.
All I'm saying
That's all it is.
All I'm saying is it's a double standard.
Yeah.
And I know it's not fair, but there's things that women get away with that men can't. I'm not complaining. I get how life works. I understand the harsh reality, whether
Divorce
I like
court.
it or not. Whether I feel, when you hear women come with, I feel, this means your logic and everything's going out the window. This means no matter what I say at this point, I feel that a woman should be able to do X, Y, Z. And I agree. You don't need to feel that. I agree with you. But there's a trade-off. And to me, it's normal. What do you want to add to that point?
There is definitely a trade-off. And that's one thing a lot of women do not think about. because they're very much in instant gratification and they're very much in the moment type of people. They don't think about their future. So all it is for them is, I like that guy in that moment and I want to beat, and that's all it was. But getting all these bodies and making that body count get higher and higher and higher.
Did they like that guy in the moment, or was it just for the hype thing?
I think it was for the hype thing.
Okay.
I kind of doubt they liked the guy like that. Obviously, we know who we would and wouldn't sleep with from meeting someone. First off, we know who we would do it with, but the way she's saying 4 in a week, I don't think it was down to if she liked the guy. I think she just did it.
She was in a hype thing.
Yeah.
So, do body counts matter? I want you guys to put in the comments, fellas, if you meet a woman and she has a high body count, and don't be like, what's a high body count? A high body count is a high body count. If she's an older woman, I expect her to have a higher body count. If she's 40, I expect her to have a higher body count than a woman 20. But a high body count, if we can all agree, if a woman has 20 bodies upwards, it's high body counts. It is what it is. So fellas, put in the comments, if a woman has a high body count, are you taking her serious? Because my opinion is this: women that have high body counts, men don't typically take those women seriously. Not viable men that they want anyway. So women view it sometimes like, oh, well, if a man can do it, I can do it, and I'm gaining experience. No, you're just gaining D's and spirits and all kinds of stuff, and you're putting your health at risk with all these multiple men. Nah.
Yep.
Nah. If you get a dude that accepts you for your high body count, either you're lucky or he's a low level dude. And it's a man that you typically don't want anyway.
That's true.
So it is what it is. That's a fact though.
It is. It is definitely. The ones that do or would accept a woman with a crazy body count, they're not the guy you want. You want them Pookie and Ray Rays. But you want the 10%.
But the thing is this, right? People say Pookies and Ray Rays, and they make out Pookies and Ray Rays are so bad. But Pookies and Ray Rays treat women good sometimes. There's levels to Pookies and Ray Rays.
Yeah.
But everyone's going to the extreme, the worser ones. But there's levels to Pookies and Ray Rays, right? But I'm just saying, if you have a high body count, the men that you like, they don't want you. They're saying, no, I don't want a woman like this. You have poor judgment. There's many things, there's many reasons to why they don't want you. If a man can just infiltrate the thing, the box, right? So easy. What's the point in me locking this down?
Yeah, he doesn't see us valuable anymore.
It's the truth, man.
She belongs to all of us.
Yeah, we share that girl.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, man. But I'll say this, man. If you let's think about girls' trips. Now, women go on girls' trips, and say there's remember the movie Girls Trips? Let's say there's 5 women, and you all go on like to say, yeah, you're pally, everyone likes everyone, but you all got that secret contempt and hate for each other. And then one of you finds a dude on your little shenanigans. You like him, and then the girls group breaks up, and then you lot go to the epiphany stage. I want to start a family. That's what happens. Women don't generally like each other. Like, women are more sociable creatures than men. So sometimes in my opinion, I think women, they get high body counts because they're entitled and because they just feel, oh, I'm going to be more sociably accepted. And don't get me wrong, some women do it because they just want to do it and it's fun and it's nice. Yeah. So I'm not saying all women, although it might feel that way. People do it for different reasons.
They do. Well, look at that video we watched earlier today, or was it yesterday? One of the two. And the girl, there was 2 girls, and they was on a podcast, and the girl was saying how she believes that guys like girls or prefer girls that have high body counts, and the ones that don't is like, you're nothing special. But the girls that have, she mentioned the differences. She mentioned a girl having 1,000 bodies with a girl having 6 bodies. That's a drastic difference.
But the thing is this, right? She was trying to talk from the perspective of her being a man. She's trying to implant into men how they should view women.
Mm-hmm.
You might look at me and say, or a woman looks at a man and says, if a man, the typical thing is this, if a man has slept with bare people, it's automatically, blah, blah, blah. No, if it's a man, you see it as an experience. If I can get women easily, then clearly men are merit based. So if I'm getting women easily, I'm doing something right as a man. If you can smash easy and you're smashing easy, this means, you're more valuable if you keep the lock closed.
Yeah, your legs closed.
The lock. Exactly. So I'm just saying the way they was talking, it was like, you're talking from a man's perspective, like you're a dude.
She's trying to.
Men don't view women in the way women think they do.
When I watched that, I was just thinking, what men are you talking to?
Yeah, but the men that they want, they don't even know what they want.
No, they don't.
Exactly. because they listen to certain people that's advising them wrong, or they think, I'm so entitled, I can tell men how to feel, or I can tell men what they should want.
If a woman has 1,000 bodies on her, what do you think he wants her for? All he wants her for is to add his name on the list.
But what kind of man?
1,000.
But what kind of man? Because a man that's getting girls, or let's say he's an average dude, and he's okay in the dating market. A woman that's had 1,000 bodies, you're thinking to yourself, if you've got bun before, as in you've caught an STI, STD, whatever, right? And a woman says to you, I've had how many bodies? You're thinking, I don't want to have to go through that STD test ever again, because I had poor judgment. I've dealt with this woman and I could potentially put myself at risk. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Women don't view like women. Some women view it like that with men, but typically they don't. So nah. But what else do you want to add on that particular topic?
Well, she would most likely call it meaningless sex. You're just having sex for the sake of it. You know, just to do it. And her when the way she was talking was more on the tip of she's basically saying she's the one that has a high body count.
Yeah.
So
and try to justify it with women. Women typically do what we call plausible deniability. She tried to justify her actions and tried to tell me how to feel and what I should like.
Yeah.
Because she was a skeezer.
Like I said, I don't know what men she's talking to.
Exactly.
Who actually believe that to be true, and they value the girl that has a higher body count than a girl that has less. Okay. Never heard of that before. That's new.
The more pure the girl, the more we value.
Well, I have a question here. The question
Ask away.
Has society played a role in women having a hoe phase, i.e. as in music videos, influencers? I believe so. What do you think?
I think society's played a role in many things. They definitely have played a role in conditioning women to be sexually promiscuous, to be open.
Yeah. Open.
Wide.
In that way.
Tower Bridge thing.
Yeah.
Right? So they've definitely played a role, but at the end of the day, you have a choice.
You do.
Now, some women are sexually promiscuous because it's fun, they enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. I can't tell you what to do. All I'm just saying is that there's a trade-off. My thing is this. If you're doing your thing, okay, look at this. Lock and key. Let's talk about bad locks. And I have to emphasize this point. So if you're going to buy a lock that is going to ensure the safety of a house that you've bought or something that you spent your hard-earned money on, and the lock is bad, you're going to go back to that company and say, hey,
complain.
They just got a pair of ankle grinders or whatever, and they snapped the lock. Like that was like, or they used their hands and just popped it. You're going to be upset because you've invested, you did what you needed to do, and someone just comes and pops the lock with ease. but I've spent thousands of pounds in investment in this lock. Now, if they use a master key, the skeleton key, and it opens the lock, you want to say, you know what? I want to buy a good lock, but the master key is dope. The master key is the man. The bad lock is the woman. So for me, if you're sexually promiscuous, do your thing. But understand men view you as a bad lock.
Ladies, did you hear that?
No, because they're going to go from, oh, well, I feel, where their logic and reason and everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
They feel how they feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Each to their own.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinion. But I'm saying, are you getting the outcomes with men in the dating market that you want?
Yeah, and that's a question a lot of ladies need to actually sit down and think about. Because everyone has their own opinion on whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And you're entitled to that. You can have your own opinion, the same, just like we have our opinion on this subject. And there'll be people that don't think what we're saying to be true, or they don't feel like what we're saying is correct. That's fine. Leave a comment. But a lot of ladies, you need to, for real, like sit down, think about, is my life going to plan?
Yeah.
With the mindset I have now, what I'm doing now, is it going to plan? Or are you single?
By choice.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Exactly.
But you're single by choice, like you said. And realistically, each time you go home to that empty house, you're in tears.
Yeah.
Because that's not what you really
Behind
want.
closed doors.
Exactly. But outside where everyone can see you, it's like, yeah, I'm single. I love being single.
Sure they do.
It's a lie.
Some
it's
women
a
do.
front.
Some women do.
That's true. That's true.
You're going to get that in the comments. Me, I don't mind being single.
Leave it in the comment.
But I'm open to marriage.
I think you need to pick here which one you want.
Yeah.
Do you want to be single or do you want to be married?
One, I think they want to have their cake and eat it.
They do, but
we'll talk about that later on. One of my points is this: it's all fun and games until shit gets real. As in the epiphany stage, when women want to cash out from the carousel wheel.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Now, she did her thing, had her phase, went through the motions. Now it's like, oh, it's not as easy as I thought it would be to cash out. Just like we're talking about, I'm single by choice. I'm single because I want to be single. So when do you want to get married? In about 5 years. How old are you?
35.
75.
75.
It's the truth.
75, really.
Yeah, you thought 35.
Yeah.
See? But a lot of them, okay, let's be realistic, right? I'm being facetious. But I have heard that before, by the way. Right? I've heard a woman in her 70s say she's going to cash out in a couple of years. It's like, how much life you think you got left? But then you got a woman.
What can you offer a man at 75?
Some dry ass for JJ or just companionship.
No, it would be just that, because you're actually would be a burden on him, if anything, because
it depends.
You're not. Well, if you're financially, good, and you put things in place from when you're younger, maybe it may work out for you there, as in your retirement. You've already paid for your funeral and your plot, because that's
women.
where you need to
Women
be
make
thinking.
less money as they get older.
Exactly. So it can become a burden on the man, on the new man that you're trying to get. But
what about women being single so long that they're unable to pair bond? That's one of our points here. And when they date so many men and smash and whatnot, and there's so much energies, and every single man that they meet, every new man anyway, they meet, there's always a comparison between the last one and the old one. And look what we just heard, 4 men in a week. So she'll be comparing man 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And it will even the weekend. So she might be comparing 7 guys to, let's just say, guy Monday. She's comparing to Sunday guy. She's been doing it so long. She doesn't know how to be in a relationship with someone.
Yeah. See, that's the risk that you do take when you are with multiple men.
Yeah.
And that is the risk, because you do lose that. You lose relationship skills and you lose how to pair bond. You can say you can get a guy, but nothing comes of it because it's like you don't know what to do. How do I? Okay, a lot of women, they can say, I can get a guy, I can get a man.
Of course you can. I agree.
Yeah, you can. Exactly. I agree too.
Slow
You
Tuesday.
most definitely can.
On a slow Tuesday.
But what is the outcome of that?
Not the outcome that they want.
Your slow Tuesday, like you said, and that's it.
I'm just saying. It's funny to me when I see a lot of them flatter themselves. Don't flatter yourself. You can get a dude. Yes, I don't disagree with you. But you're going to get a dude that just wants to smash. And the men that you want don't want you. So you've been single so long, you don't even know how to cohabitate with a man. If you move in with a dude, you're not used to the pair bonding and someone being there and, asking permission, not even as in asking permission, just agreeing with someone else. You don't know how to do that. You've been single so long. So then there's a trade-off again. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that wants to play the field, that wants to do their thing. Do that. If that's what is fun, if that's what makes sense to you, do that. I'm just saying that there is a trade-off. You've made a decision and there's an outcome to that decision.
Yep.
And there's likely possibilities from that decision. It might not work out for you. I'm sorry.
It might not.
I didn't make the rules up.
No, you didn't. That's just how it works. Let's talk about Kerry Hilson for a second.
Is that the epiphany stage?
It is.
We should talk about that after playing the clip. That's what I think.
Okay, let's get to the clip.
All right, what we'll do now, we're going to talk about that was the whole phase, and then we're going to all sync it all together. So what we're going to do now, we're going to play a clip, and this is women typically going through the epiphany stage, and then we'll come back and we'll have that conversation. So without further delay, let's play the epiphany stage.
What's your take on it? Agree, disagree? Not congruent with your life?
Being a single person. Sorry.
Speak your truth, hon.
It's not you guys triggering me. It's just like, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all. And I know that I want to find someone's to share life with, but I'm at a point where I'm valuing myself, and I didn't put myself in this situation. I didn't choose to be where I am, and it's just like trying to get back on my feet to find the people that I can vibe with. I resonate with what she's saying. Like, the part that hit me most was doing it all on your own. Even though I don't have kids, I'm just here taking care of myself. It's hard as fuck. It's lonely. And there's nothing more that I want to share life again with someone that will like be there for me and appreciate me and value me. All parts of me. So, sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you for being honest. A lot of women would not admit that. They would not. They would say, I'm strong and independent, and they'll fight it to the grave. And thank you for being honest and vulnerable. And I have an opinion on this, a take on this, which I'll give you guys some factual data after. But what's your take on that? You talking to Mike, please?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. As far as my background as well, I have always been the provider. I have always found a way. I have always, even when I got knocked down, I brung myself up with no help from a man. So my perspective is a little bit different. Like I said, like I can be very submissive. I talk to alphas, but I just wouldn't be able to go to that other side because I'm not ready to give all of my trust into somebody because I've never been able to. Okay. So I agree with exactly what she says. And I understand that it's hard to do that when you're the provider. But I also know that in the end, yes, of course, I would love a man to be able to play that role. And I know that I'm not meant to do all this by myself. So, yeah, I agree.
And guys, okay, that's the end of that clip. That first female, she hit the wall mid-speech. That harsh reality crept up on her like it does many women.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about that. What's your first thought on that?
My first thought was, ladies, this is where it comes to. This is where it comes to when you have played the field and you didn't choose to cash out earlier in life.
They believe they had options.
Exactly. And where did it get you? It got you being on a podcast in tears because you chose wrong, or say you had someone and then you thought, oh, I'm bored or I'm not happy. Forget this relationship. Let me go and see what other guy I can get out there.
Options.
And then later, when that doesn't work out for you, oh my gosh, I can't find anyone. I'm lonely. I'm at home. I go to bed by myself. The other side of the bed is cold because there's no one there. You're eating dinner by yourself.
So when shit got real.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Exactly.
One of my points is this. The wall is undefeated. There's no woman that's come before you or going to come after you that has defeated the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be hot forever.
Nope.
You might have options galore now as you're young.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's normal.
Yeah. Well, you're in your prime, isn't it?
Let's talk about actors.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about female actors. When they're between 18 and 25, typically, let's use the dating market.
Mm-hmm.
When women are between 18 and 25, they're the most potent that they're ever going to be in their life. No different to actors. As actors got older, that's when they didn't get as much job roles.
Yeah.
As they got older. And it's the same thing with dating.
Can I say they also don't get the lead anymore?
No.
They become the mums
To
or
who?
the grandmothers.
Exactly. So they get the lead. They used to get the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't get it no more. And they're the assist to the young thing.
Yeah. They're literally the mum or the grandparent.
Exactly.
So that shows you've gotten older. You're not the shit anymore.
So they get less options.
And less appealing.
So it's not options galore anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit that number, you ain't going to be hot forever.
Nope.
Let's talk about options. Let's talk about options. As you get older, you're not getting the same options that you once did. I don't think so.
No.
You might, yes, look, a woman 100 years old can still get men holler. But what are they hollering for? And you got to think, if a man's hollering at you and you're 100 years old, what do you think he wants? And how low is that dude? Don't you question that?
Yeah, I would.
Exactly. So what points did you want to add as far as the epiphany stage? Suddenly, I woke up and...
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Okay, well, I did want to talk about Kerry Hilson for a second. You mentioned something in earlier on, and I felt at that time it fit Kerry Hilson. Basically, as a lot of people know already, because it's not new news anymore, but Kerry Hilson is divorced. Yes. So she divorced her husband.
Has she been divorced a few times, or I'm pretty sure she had 2 marriages. I'm not sure.
I can't
Don't
remember
quote
right
me though.
now.
Continue. Yeah. All right.
So she's been married and now she's divorced. That's all good. That's fine if that's what you want to do. It's totally up to you. No one's saying it's wrong or anything. It's your life, your decision.
Yeah.
But where I feel that things just don't make sense is when you then come out with quotes and you come out with
all
things,
these innuendos and all this slick talk.
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense at all. So I have here something that so basically Kerry Hilson was interviewed and it's on a website. I will link it in the description box so you can go and read the article yourself. But she put in the article She said, I'm single by choice.
How many times have I heard that?
Exactly. I'm single by choice.
Okay.
We actually done a podcast on something in regards to that before. Go and check it out.
Yeah, we'll
in
we'll
regards
link
to
that.
being single
We'll
by
link that
choice.
podcast. Yeah.
You're not single by choice. I just have to say that.
But the thing is this, right? I hear you, but some women don't want to be in a relationship.
That's cool.
So we're not saying every single woman wants to be in a relationship, but for the most part, many do.
Exactly.
I think more women want to be in a relationship than women that don't want to be in a relationship.
Yes. So we're not talking about the grey area in regards to the women that
Generalizing.
the women that actually don't want to be. The majority, I'm sure it's probably 99% of women that want to be in a relationship. And so Kerry Hilson mentioned that I'm single by choice. Okay. She said, I believe in reflecting, growing and healing in between relationships.
I agree.
Okay, that's fine.
I agree.
She says, I don't Tarzan swing from vine to vine out of fear, loneliness, ego, or validation because I truly enjoy my life by myself, by herself too.
Yeah.
Okay. She said, I'm not waiting or looking. The right one will find me when it's time.
Oh, okay.
I'm just focused on being the best human I can be.
So she's not monkey branching from dude to dude. She's just praying it into existence and hoping that the right guy, the
fall on your lap.
prince in shining armor is going to fall on her lap. Okay.
Exactly. So you're saying on one front, I'm single by choice. I don't mind being by myself, or I love living life by myself.
So she's saying one thing on one front, and then she's saying something on the other front.
Exactly.
Now, can you understand why a lot of women are coming over to the manosphere and coming over to men to give advice?
I can understand that because
when you hear that, like, come on.
First of all, women don't tend to, not everybody, because we always have to put that out there. Women don't tend to tell other women the truth because, to keep it real, other women are your competition, no matter what age they are.
Not my friend.
Not my mom, not my sister, not my cousin. Yeah, they're all in competition with you.
My friend would never do that.
It is.
My friend won't try that.
Like I said before, it's not all, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she is saying one thing, then saying another thing. Makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
She's going through the epiphany stage, but when you was married, you would have been.
So the thing is this, right? Kerry Hilson, she's not a bad looking woman. She's quite a nice looking woman. She's 39, I believe. And she had options when she was younger.
Yeah.
Now that she's gotten older, she's realized like, oh shit, like I don't have those same options. I don't have that same leverage like I once did.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the harsh reality hits just like it did.
Literally.
My girl on the podcast, she started crying mid-speech. She hit the wall mid-speech because just thinking about it was like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot. And just getting that out there, just saying it was like raw. That's the unflattering truth. But it was a harsh reality. I get it, man. But my thing is this, man. Women have options. And let's say, for example, as you get older, you're still going to have dudes that's going to holler, but it's not men that you want. Women always keep men around in a friend zone for validation, free attention, validation, yada, yada, yada. But then they still pine after those high value men that they typically want, but they can't get those kind of men. And you had options. You had a choice. You could have cashed out.
But that's the thing. In regards to Kerry Hilson, like you said, she's a very pretty woman.
Yeah.
And you had the choice. You made your choice with your ex-husband. That was you cashing out. But then you backtrack and divorce your husband.
Yeah.
say out loud, "Oh, I'm single by choice," and then say you wouldn't mind getting married again.
I'm happy in this
Which
space
one
of
is
my
it?
life. I'm happy to just do me.
Is this delusion?
I don't need no man, but I'm open to marriage.
Ladies, you have to choose. Come on. You're being, some women are being ridiculous.
Let's talk about when looks fade.
Okay.
Typical Kerry Hilson. How many women have come before her? Nice looking. What a waste.
Yep.
They're nice looking. Look at, what's her name? Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Wasn't she voted the hottest woman
In the
world
Yeah.
2 times, couple of times? Now look how she's cashed out.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
The hottest woman in the world, and she's nice. Let's be real. She's nice, or was nice. Now look at her. Looks fade.
It does.
You don't have the same leverage. You can't command the same kind of guys. The options that you got now as you're older, nah, I don't think so. It's not men that you want.
That's why I say, if you listen, ladies, your prime is your prime for a reason. You're in your prime. You're very fertile. You're probably the best that you're gonna be in that age range, looks wise, fitness wise, mental wise. The older ones kind of beat you there, but
what do men want? Men want physicality.
The physical, exactly. Right? So if you're in your prime and that's what men want, yes, you do have options. You have quite a few options to pick from.
Go on, say the but.
Pick from those men wisely. You still will get the men that just want to beat.
Yeah.
They don't actually want to wife for you. Yes. You do get some men that want to beat. Well, all men want to beat, but they wouldn't mind wifing you. So you have to choose correctly. And you only get one shot, so you better choose correctly.
Nobody pays top dollar for something that's repackaged and put back on the shelf. It's not brand new.
Yeah.
So
you can't be a born again version.
No,
I'm sorry to the ladies
they
that
think
that.
think that they can factory reset the cooch. Nah, it don't work that way.
That's why I said born again version.
They think they can pretty up the package. Nothing gets better over time with use. I don't think so.
What is it called? Vajazzle?
I don't know. You tell me.
Where you put the sequin thing on your vajayjay?
Listen, you could shoot fireworks out your bum bum.
Okay.
You listen. You could shoot fireworks out your bum bum. You could click your feet together. Let's try that. Let's clap. Let's click our feet together. Oh, I'm wishing a high value man into existence. Did he appear? No. Like, get the F out of here, man.
But what did you see walking past? A cat.
Listen, those see women like to rock the magic tights. The magic tights don't have the same effect as you get older.
No.
They look good, right? But then
on some, but yeah,
they look all right. I call them magic tights. The magic doesn't work anymore as you get older. I'm sorry, men still want to smash, but they just don't have the same effect as a woman more in her prime.
Well, it's not rocket science now, is it?
Yeah, but you say that it's not rocket science, but women believe, because I got options and all these guys are hollering, like even though I've got older guys are still hollering, I believe that I can cash out when I feel like I can cash out.
You can't cash out when you feel like it. You only get a short time span. I'm sorry, ladies, but this is the truth. And I don't even like saying it myself, but we only have a short period to where we need to screen and vet the guys and pick the correct one. So if you're pushing it, you keep pushing it, you turn, I don't know, 28, and then you push it to 38, and then you push it to, how long are you going to push it to?
Yeah, but the thing is this, older women typically get the scrapings of the barrel as they get older because they can't command the same thing when they were younger.
Yeah.
And then those older women typically get their younger guys, which is a toy boy. And they have this whole mommy complex or whatever complex they want to do. And then they say, oh, guys still want me.
To beat.
And to use you, you're a utility.
Yeah.
Just like how women view men. Men was that utility. Now, that woman is that utility. It is what it is.
I said to beat. Do you know what? Sometimes I don't even want to beat. You are literally a utility.
Yeah.
As in keeping a roof over their head, paying for certain things, giving them things, and that's literally it. They don't actually want you even for those reasons, as in to beat pleasure. Nah,
what pleasure they getting?
Exactly, because they want a younger woman.
Women think, oh, because he bust a nut, oh, he had pleasure. No, he just had to let one go. Men don't tell you a lot of things because there's reasons to why they might not say something. Maybe they need you to a roof over their head. They need some money from you. Maybe they just don't want to be mean. Women ain't being critiqued.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these male spaces are critiquing women, and we're called misogynists and all types of crap. You say, oh, here's my preferences. My preferences is a dude muscular, 6 figures, 6'5", blah, blah, blah. Then I say, well, my criteria is a woman that's 5'2", slim. She has athletic build. Hey, you're toxic misogynist. How could you say that? You're body shaming. That's effed up. But not even to stray from the point. For me, when you go through the whole phase, do that if that's what you feel you wanna do. You can say, oh, I've had a friend that has gone through the whole phase and she's found a good dude, and I'm sure that's happened in the past. But what's the likeliness of that happening for you? Then you hit the epiphany stage. There's a trade-off.
There is.
Don't be crying like the girl on the last clip and saying, oh, like, because people might say, oh, she's crying because she has to do for herself. Oh, grow up, you're being an adult.
Yeah.
But she's just saying, I had stability. I had all these kind of good things,
and now
with
it's
a man.
Gone.
Now I don't have that, and I'm understanding how hard life is.
Because she even mentioned that she's by herself and she's struggling.
Yeah.
And she said she doesn't even have children.
Yeah.
And she's struggling by herself.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
And the thing is this, the other girl was talking about she's ready to submit and all that stuff, but she was conditioned by society, like we spoke about earlier, as far as she's had to do it by herself. She's had to do many things by herself, so she doesn't know how to. Some women are not brought up to be a wifey.
Yeah.
So she didn't know how to do it. So she said, oh, I've met many alphas, so why don't you pick one? So if you met many alphas, you just said, oh, later on. So on one front, you say one thing. On the next front, you say something else.
Yeah.
You didn't know if you was coming or going.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she knows whether she was coming or going.
She said the right things.
Yeah.
But you're not being realistic.
No.
You're telling me what I want to hear.
There are some women that the society has kind of effed them up. You've been lied to.
Yeah.
And just like she said, she wants to be submissive, or she can be. She just doesn't know how to.
Yeah.
Sadly, for a lot of women, that is actually the case, to where they do not know how to be submissive, but they want to be.
Well, you know what? This is my final point, and I'm gonna go off your last point. There's men that was blue pill, and men that's red pill, and women that turn red pill is the ones that realize you've been lied to. And I understand it's hard to the way you've lived your whole life to realize, oh, I've been lied to. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
So when you hear a woman turn red pill, she understands, oh my days, I felt the calling, but I didn't go to it. And now I'm too old. So I get it. Some women become red pill aware. They understand that, oh, this is the dynamic of life. Society in the West has told them, oh, I can live carefree. I can have my careers. I can have my babies later on. Come to find out, hey, you were trying to capitalize off me. Well, you do live in a capitalistic society. What did you expect? Do you think they want your best interest?
No, but I don't know. Maybe, well, we know feminism plays a part in that. You'll get a lot of women influencers on social media who also lie to women and tell them some BS that they don't even live
because
by.
They're trying to capitalize from your pain, your struggle and whatnot, monopolizing the situation and getting paid from it.
Yeah, so funny you said that, because there's a girl, a singer, and she is on what's their group called? I forgot their group, but let's talk about Cardi B.
Yeah.
So she's a singer, rapper, and she knew she's in her 20s still.
Yeah, she's 28.
She knew she needs to get married and have kids
Yeah.
by a certain age. She knew that. That's why she's married to Offset. And now, I don't know if she's had the second baby, but she's on her second baby.
Yeah.
And
she didn't have babies out of wedlock, despite everybody might critique her and she's this and she's that. But that same woman you critique didn't have babies out of wedlock.
Exactly.
She done it the right way.
Exactly. But on the other front, she then puts out videos, songs about how you should shake your ass and do this, do that, swing around a pole.
It's all about the money.
Be promiscuous, and do all sorts of things. On the other hand, she's not doing that in her real life.
Yeah.
And what was it? Doja Cats. I forgot their
all
name,
of them, the city girls.
The city
all of
girls.
them. They're not practicing what they preach.
Exactly. They know to cash out, get your man, have your children, married, whatever else.
They say don't spend no money on a man, and then they're buying a man big Lamborghini, buying him land, setting her and him up for generational money.
Crazy, right?
But those women get it.
Yeah, they get it.
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't get it.
But they know a lot of women don't get it first off the jump, off the rip, but they get it later on when it's too late.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So some dudes understand female nature, then they become red pill. It's the same for women. You understand, I've been lied to.
Yeah.
You become red pill. It is what it is.
It is what it is, people.
That was my final thoughts on it. So, do you want to add anything more?
I would just say to the ladies, cash out as early as possible. Stop keep pushing it to when you get older, and stop keep saying, oh, I know such and such person, they're in their 40s, they had a baby, and blah, yada, 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 and blah, blah, blah. That was them. Lucky for them. For the majority. Your eggs, they shrink, die, whatever you want to call it.
Geriatric pregnancies and all of that. I hear you.
By a certain stage. So you can play that game if you want to. I wouldn't suggest it.
The house always wins. So,
great. Yeah. So I would just say do majority of things from earlier on. Don't cash out late. Don't do it, because you're going to end up not happy, by yourself, lonely, and becoming a cat lady.
We speculating based on, what we know. As you get older, you realize how life works. Some women become red pill aware and they understand the harsh realities, and they make the adjustments and do what they need to do as far as to benefit themselves and have a great outcome.
Yeah.
Some men do the same thing. Some women don't, and they cry later. So, as in, my family used to say this: if you don't hear, you will feel.
Yes.
So,
yes, I'm sure a lot of people have heard that saying.
If you're not here, you will feel. That's my final point. People, put in the comments what you think. We got the conversation started, and that was some of our opinions on it.
Yep.
I'm S.Banks TV.
And I'm JD Network. Peace.
Stay tuned. Peace.